Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tom Broderick, and Mayor of the City of Anderson, and we are here tonight in Anderson City Hall with a very small group of folks who are social distancing, and we've come together to talk about some matters that are very important. As you all know, during the last year and into this year, we've all been worrying quite a bit about our health as we've taken all the precautions that we need to regards to COVID-19. But one of the things that we probably forget about are the other diseases and matters that are out there that are also harmful to our health. And one of those things is what we commonly refer to as colon cancer or colorectal cancer. And so tonight we're here to talk about some of the issues surrounding that, some of the things that people can do to protect themselves because it is a preventable disease. It's something that can be beat and it's something that can be treated. So we're going to talk about those things. And I'm also going to be doing a proclamation in a few moments that's going to proclaim March in 2021 in the city of Anderson as colorectal Awareness Month in order to make sure that folks are aware of this. And then later on, we're going to be lighting the crystal arch out in front of City Hall lighting up in blue in order to remind folks of the importance and making them aware throughout the month of the safety measures that they can take. Before we do that, it's my privilege to introduce to you a member of our community who is the president of the really newly regenerated, and you can talk a little bit about that here in a moment if you would, of the Madison County Minority Health Coalition. And so at this time, I would like to introduce Tyson Mangrum. Tyson?
Thank you, Mayor. I want to thank the mayor. I want to thank State Representative Terry Alston. I want to also thank Councilwoman Crooms and Mr. David Ikes for having us here today. I'm Tyson Mangrum. I am the board president of the Minority Health Coalition. We've recently relaunched the Minority Health Coalition, which I'm very excited about. Some of the things we really want to focus on are health disparities in the minority community. As a community, health disparities are important for everyone. So my thought is if we could, as a community, come together, focus on the health disparities, we'll do well as a community as far as health and focus on that. One of the big things for me is colon cancer, right? Colorectal cancer. I lost a friend to colon cancer about a year ago. And ever since that, it's been my mission to kind of carry on his dreams, his thoughts, his vision around this. So we're working on a campaign called Get Your Rear Into Gear, which is an awesome campaign that our intern, Taylor Mangrum, has been focusing on. I won't steal his thunder. I'll allow Taylor to talk a little about what he's been working on. And how important it is to him as well. But before I get to Taylor, I want to thank some of my board members. Ruthie Smith for showing up in support, Miss Rita Walker, Miss Deanna Palmer. Is there anyone else I'm missing? No, I want to thank them for coming and showing support around this. But really the shine and really the thing is really with Taylor as an intern who's been working his butt off to get this campaign off the ground and making sure we raise the awareness of colorectal cancer. Taylor.
Good evening. I am Taylor Mangrum, an intern for Madison County Minority Health Coalition. First off, I would like to thank Councilwoman Crooms, State Representative Terry Alston, the mayor, and Mr. David Ikes for partnering with the Minority Health Coalition of Madison County and writing a proclamation and lighting the arch blue for the month of March. I've been working on this project called Get Your Rear in Gear. You have many options on how to get your rear in gear. You can walk, run, hike, bike, or dance. Do whatever makes you move. And do it for at least 24 minutes to represent the 1 in 24 people that are diagnosed with colon cancer. Thank you for those who will be participating in this event. And once again, thank you for your time.
Thank you, young man. Well, that is a great message. As all of you know, colon cancer is a deadly disease. It can be. Over 50,000 people a year in the United States die as a result of it. And as I mentioned a moment ago, it is preventable most of the time. But you do have to take the precautions necessary to get tested, and there's different ways to do that. Obviously, you can have a colonoscopy. There's ways that you can get it through sending samples in to labs through the mail, taking samples, privacy of your own home. But as people say, the best test is the test you take. So you need to get tested to make sure that you are protected. And a good chance is that if you find yourself that you've been diagnosed with something that might be cancerous or precancerous, you can get rid of it and save your life. So it's foolish to lose that many folks when you have the opportunity to protect yourself. So again, I want to thank you guys for what you're doing to bring this message to the folks here in our community, and also want to thank you and congratulate you really on starting back the Health Coalition here in the community. I think it's going to make a big impact, so thank you very much for everything you guys are doing. So at this time, I would like to go ahead, if I could, and read the proclamation, and then when we're done, we will go out and light the crystal. And also want to thank all the folks that are here. Again, I want to thank Councilperson Crooms, who helped bring this message to us up here at the city, and I appreciate that. And thank you again, Terry Austin, our representative, for being here. I also want to thank the folks of Anderson TV that are here, Chet Green and Nick Harder, who've taken their time out tonight to make sure that this message gets broadcast to folks on Anderson TV later. So again, this is a proclamation recognizing the month of March of 2021 as the National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month here in the city of Anderson. Whereas colorectal cancer is the second leading cause of cancer related mortality in the United States, second type of cancer that causes death in the United States, accounting again for 29,980 deaths just in 2020. This cancer is a type of cancer that starts in the colon, as you know, or in the rectum, and that the cancer often begins as an abnormal growth in a person's colon called a polyp, which can be removed, again, if detected. In addition to these polyps, risk factors for colorectal cancer is for some of these things. Family history, of course. As a person gets older, usually from age 50 on up, folks between 50 and 75 are the folks that they recommend that have colonoscopies on a regular basis. Family history, if anyone in your family has had cancer before the colon, it's something that they need to look at. Sometimes genetics play a part. Excessive alcohol use can also play a part, as well as a person who is obese, or if a person is physically inactive. So again, we need to get out and exercise and be active. Cigarette smoking, a person who doesn't eat correctly, particularly if you have low intake of fruits or vegetables, can also be problematic. And if you have a history of inflammatory bowel disease, such as Crohn's disease, it can also be something that predisposes you to having the colon cancer. Symptoms of developing the cancer include changes in bowel habits, rectal bleeding, stomach pains and cramps, weakness and unexplained weight loss. And also, whereas unprecedented progress, however, has been made in the last decade to attack colon cancer incidence and death, and this is largely due, again, to preventative steps and measures and early detection that folks are taking. Again, remember, it's preventable, treatable, and it is beatable. 60% of the deaths from the colon cancer could be prevented if everyone 50 years of age and older up to 75 were screened regularly and appropriately. And it's something that everyone needs to do. It's not as hard as people think that it is, and you really need to take these steps to protect yourself, which obviously also means that you're protecting your family. Since 2000, March has been celebrated across the nation as National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month by advocate groups, public officials, healthcare providers, patients, and groups such as this. And therefore, we want to join all those folks today in declaring here in the month of March, again, 2021, along with the Madison County Minority Health Coalition, who is working to spread awareness about colorectal cancer by wearing blue and holding fundraisers and education events and talking to family and friends about screening. Therefore, I, as the mayor of the city of Anderson, hereby recognize the city of Anderson, this month of March, as being Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month here in the city of Anderson. So at this time, we'd like to take a small break. We'll walk outside. We will light the Crystal Arch. This is the first time. The Crystal Arch, unfortunately, hasn't been working for a number of years. And so we've set up a temporary way to make it work for this month because we think it is so important that we reach folks and make them aware of this very, very bad disease, but one, again, that is preventable. So join us outside while we do this. And for those who have joined us tonight, thank you. Those on Facebook Live who watched us, I appreciate your letting us take a few moments out of your busy schedule to watch this as well. And thank you to all of you for coming today and joining with us on this important endeavor. Thank you.
you.